So nothing I said here is like life changing. I'm not like that brilliant, but I think maybe laying it out for you like that, and maybe the very concept that you want to interview veterinary offices before you need them, I think is a really important concept to grasp, right? Don't wait for an emergency before you look for a new vet. If you're thinking about adopting or buying an animal, please, for the love of everything, do your homework first. I mean, if you're going to get an exotic pet, find out if there's a vet within a reasonable driving distance who will actually see that animal. There's a lot of vets who just don't feel comfortable, working with, say, birds or rodents. Do it before you bring the animal into your home, because once they're there, man, they're depending on you. Hey, devoted dog dads and marvelous mutt moms. I'm Dr. Heather. I'm a vet, and I want to talk about something a little different today. I really hope that you have a veterinarian who gets you, who respects you, and who your dog or cat or ferret or bird loves. But if you don't, let's talk a little bit about how you might find a vet who vibes with you. So if you're still searching, this is what I recommend. The first thing that you do, go online, go ahead and use Google, find out all of the veterinary clinics that are within a reasonable drive of your home. Only you know what's reasonable and what isn't. The website is like their digital introduction. So look at how much care they've put into it. Is it like a template that sort of any vet could use? Or is it personal? Are there photographs? Do they talk about the staff and the veterinarians and what they're interested in? Maybe a special area of medicine, or they have a certain kind of dog or a certain breed of cat. Look for that information. If they've put care into their website, chances are good they're putting care into a lot of other things. Once you've identified the clinics that you think might be worthwhile, go take a visit. Now, here's the hard part. I know this is the hard part. Leave your dog at home. If you have a cat or a bird, you're probably not going to be traveling with them because they really won't put up with that. But I love to go everywhere with my dog, and I know you love to go everywhere with your dog, but leave them at home. Vet waiting rooms are often full of like scared, sick animals, and you don't need to bring your bouncy, happy dog in there. You can figure out if your dog likes the vet clinic at another time. Call ahead. Make sure that it's okay with them, right? It's their office. Maybe they're going to tell you, you can come, but not tomorrow. Like, it's just not the right time. So again, be respectful. Once you're in the office, look around. I mean, do they have personal pictures on the walls? Is there a color scheme that's nice? What's the smell like? You can kind of get the vibe, what's going on. If it's feeling good, then, cautiously and with great care and consideration, ask the reception staff if you can ask them a few questions. I think some of the most important questions are, of course, are you accepting new patients? And if you are, how far out are you booking a new patient appointment? And is that new patient appointment extended, or is it going to be crammed into a little 10 or maybe 15-minute appointment? Extended appointments for a new animal can really reveal a lot more about their health history and help that veterinarian do a much better job. You'd want to know what vets are accepting new patients, because there might be some that are booked up and the one that you've decided is the perfect one actually isn't available. So figure that out. I think it's also really important to find out what their policy is on same-day urgent visits for established patients. What constitutes an established patient? And, if your dog suddenly, gets a cut when they're out playing in the yard, are you going to be able to get them in there, or are you going to have to go to the ER? I don't know if that's important to you or not, but it's good information to have as you make your decision. Vet med is in trouble. I mean, like I said, we're all in trouble these days. It's just hard. Life is hard, and I don't think it's going to get any easier anytime soon. I'm not making excuses. There's no excuse for being treated rudely or being blown off in any way. But put it in context. People get into veterinary medicine because they love animals. and then they're dealing with stressed out animals and stressed out people. Burnout is a real thing. They're often overextended. And there's compassion fatigue. So just bear that in mind. You want to be a client who everybody in that office is excited to see and to serve. I'm not telling you need to grovel and bring them baked goods every time you come in, but just saying hello, how are you, and waiting your turn politely can make all the difference in the world. Here's a little thing you probably didn't know. I have worked every job there is to work in a small animal veterinary clinic, from cleaning disgusting cages. I won't even go into it. I've done it all. The receptionist, hands down, hardest job in that office. They're also kind of the gatekeepers. You don't get access to anybody else in that office without the receptionist giving you that access. So, bear that in mind and be nice to them and respectful. When you've been there and you've asked your questions and you've taken some notes, figure out where are the red flags, where are the green lights, what means the most to you. Write down your impressions. I think making lists is terrific. And then on another day or later that day, go visit another clinic and, compare and contrast. So nothing I said here is like life changing. I'm not like that brilliant, but I think maybe laying it out for you like that, and maybe the very concept that you want to interview veterinary offices before you need them, I think is a really important concept to grasp, right? Don't wait for an emergency before you look for a new vet. If you're thinking about adopting or buying an animal, please, for the love of everything, do your homework first. If you're going to get an exotic pet, find out if there's a vet within a reasonable driving distance who will actually see that animal. There's a lot of vets who just don't feel comfortable, working with, say, birds or rodents. Do it before you bring the animal into your home, because once they're there, man, they're depending on you. Okay, so I hope that this was interesting, maybe unexpected. Hopefully you don't need any of this information, but maybe you know somebody who does. Like and subscribe on my channel. I try really hard to be of service. Tell me what you think about what I said. Ask me some questions. Tell me some experiences. My website, drheather.vet, has a blog posts. This will be in that blog post. Do me a favor, sign up, get on my email list so you get my weekly newsletters and, we can stay connected. On Facebook, if you can bear it. I actually like my Facebook. We've got a free group, Happy, Hairy, Holistic Pets with Dr. Heather. Join us there. You can ask me a question and I'll do my best to answer it. We have loads of fun in that very supportive community. So I hope that you have a vet who you love. And if you don't, I hope that this helps you find a vet who you love. Vets are super people. I love my profession, and you're a super pet owner, and I want you to get everything that you need out of that interaction. Okay, bye-bye.